look what I did. I had to clean up. Now I don't know where anything's at. Anyway, I had to do a quick clean because projects were running into projects, so that was a hour or two this morning getting that all cleaned up. But we're back at it. Here's the KC-135. I'm starting to shade it. It's basically a darker light gray going through all the panels. As you can see, I got all my lights on, which is kind of filtering it out and making it look darker. Without the intense light. See, it'll start changing the appearance and it'll make it look darker. And then I'll go back in with a little white and tone it down. It should be a-okay. On the Star Destroyer, really not too much I did. I spent a good portion of time cutting out the fiber optic cable, which is about 5 inches in length. I like to have a little bit more than you need, just in case I screw up. I did get the engines glued on, and I'll do the island and the bridge probably last. But all I do on the fiber optics is I just fish it through the hole, and I'll take some 5-minute epoxy. I'll just go all the way in once I get all the fiber cables in. 5-minute epoxy on it, let it dry, and I leave them out because I like to build the model, then paint the model. And then after I paint it, all I have to do is with a pair of snips and just go and snip it off, and we're good to go. And the fiber optic cable should work. But that's the way I do it. I don't like to paint the model and then go back in, put the fiber optics in. I think it's, to me, it's just more work, but for me, this is the easiest way. That's where I stand on that, and then I got to cut a lot more. And if you're following along on Superman, you got to putty this, because it fits, but man, you're going to have one hell of a gap. Even on this side, you can see where the red putty's cracking. But it's solid, and I reinforced it with super glue. But I just got to sand and repeat, sand and repeat. Superman really doesn't need any putty. There may be a couple spots, like if you really want to get like right there, but cape covers it and everything. But most time it's just dry sanding and wet sanding, getting rid of that hairline seam all the way down. Which ain't too bad. It's just an excellent model. And the pose really could be used for a lot of other superheroes. Alright, in the BHP category, new conversion kit, the 6 Millennium Viper. This was in the episode of the Long Patrol. You're going to get 4 pieces from me. You're going to get 2 pieces for the side of the fuselage, 1 top part, and a new wing. And this fits the Mobius Viper, and basically the only 2 surgeries you have to do is you got to whack the entire top off and a good portion of the nose, because on the film miniature it was cut off. And if you look under here, you see the rail. I got a channel there, and that should slide right in like so. Cut the top off, glue my top on. You got yourself a nice Viper. And from ODG Studios, I received a tumbler base for the from Batman. This base is excellent. Now, anyone else that gets one, it'll be a resin color. Mine just happens to be brown. But if you haven't seen their bases, it's top notch. Detail in it is very crisp. Get my measuring stick out. Base is about 10 inches. And this is supposed to be a snow scene, which if I can ever get my turret tumbler ready to go, you can go with it. But I do have a tumbler for it. And this is my conversion for it. It's got the new updated sides, canopy piece, so you can have open canopy. And see, you don't even have to use a turret tumbler or the rocket tumbler. You can just use a generic tumbler on this base and you're good to go. And I probably got it wrong. It's just badass. All there is to it. Now this is ODG Studios, and you can get this at the culttvman.com. And finally, I hate to do it, but I jumped into the egg playing universe. And I really wasn't going to do it, but I have a conversion kit for this, and I'll show you all a sneak peek. Ranger 3. It'll be a one-piece kit, and you just be able to put the resin part on top of a shuttle kit. You will have Ranger 3 and egg scale.